في الحديث الرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام says طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم. Seeking knowledge is a compulsory duty on every Muslim. Here the word Muslim means male or female, young or old, married or single or widow or divorcee. Every Muslim must seek knowledge. It's also said that asking is 50% of the knowledge. To know what to ask and to ask the right question is 50% of the knowledge. السؤال نصف العلم. So tonight and every night, inshallah, we are taking your questions to see how much knowledge are you interested in, what subjects interest you. And the questions don't have to be about fasting or Ramadan. It could be open for any subject that, yes. حكمه ليس القتل. السؤال, the question was, what is the ruling regarding a person who's praying next to you and he is annoying to you? He is disturbing his neighbor. And I said, killing is not the answer. And I meant to say this statement. I meant to say, we have to have a spirit of bearing with each other. We also have to have a spirit of discipline. So on the part of the person who's disturbing others, definitely we all know that he shouldn't. Definitely we all know that much. So the issue is discipline, to apply yourself to the rule that you understand. Much of the problems of the Muslim Ummah is not in ignorance like many of us would like to believe. It is in the lack of discipline. We know what is wrong, but would like to push a nudge here, a nudge there, to get something wrong and hope nobody will notice. As if we wish even Allah doesn't notice it. Astaghfirullah. So when we are in the house of Allah in particular, there are certain rules that everybody has to abide by. In the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, he says that if any one of you eats fresh garlic or fresh onion, let him avoid our masjid. فَلْيَتَجَنَّبْ مُصَلَّانَا. Wherever we pray congregation, this person who ate fresh garlic or fresh cigarette or fresh shisha, hookah. I said cigarette, yeah. Started off with the cigarette. They should avoid this because it's very disturbing. The person who is putting a very dirty pair of socks and they know that they stink 10 meters in a cycle, they should not come. They should not come to the masjid in this kind of fashion. People who cannot hold themselves from unnecessary motions, they are not stable. They cannot hold themselves. Like very young children, they should not be brought to the masjid. They are disturbing other people. So this guidelines should be respected and should be applied. And this is the discipline of knowledge. If you practice what you learn, you always become a better person. If you ignore what you learn or go opposite to what you know, definitely you are going to be annoying to anybody. People who read loud, as I said before, the ma'moom, the recitation of the ma'moom should be heard to himself but not to his neighbors. Neither should his takbir or Sami Allahu liman hamida, or Rabbana lakal hamd, or dhikr in the salah, his immediate neighbor should not hear him. But I want you to pay attention to one thing. Some people, especially old people, and some people who have hearing difficulty, they don't hear themselves sometimes until their voice is louder than normal, and they do not recognize it. So even when somebody does any of the above, we still have to all as a body abide by أذلة على المؤمنين أعزة على الكافرين رحماء بينهم, that we are merciful with each other. Any other thing, Abu Ahmed? Send them to the principal's office. But we're not going to kill him anyway. So any question, Faddal. The question was, in one of the ayat of Surah Al-An'am, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes a list of prophets saying that they are among the descendants of Muhammad. So it lists a list of prophets saying that these are among the descendants of Prophet Ibrahim. Among them is Prophet Lut. And Dr. Noor is saying Prophet Lut was a nephew to Prophet Ibrahim. So how could he be listed as one of his descendants? And the answer is, a nephew is a son and an uncle is a father. So the question is, I came last night and I thought you've prayed Isha already. So I entered the prayer intending to pray Taraweeh. But then I discovered that you were praying Isha. So I repeated the Isha prayer because I did not have the right intention. Which Isha will count? The Isha that you started with the intention. Because intention is required. You have to have the right intention. Okay? Jazakallah khair. What is the ruling about the head cover for men? Well, the Prophet ﷺ, he's asking, what is the ruling regarding head cover for men? Is it required for prayer? Would prayer not be allowed or correct if you pray without head cover? The Prophet ﷺ maintained a head cover most of the time, but he led the prayer at times without head cover, which proves that praying without head cover is equally acceptable. But if you want to follow much of what he did, he used to cover his head when he prayed and outside the prayer, by the way, not only when he prayed. Okay. What is the ruling regarding shaving the head of a newborn? The ruling is, it is a sunnah if you are certain you are not going to hurt the baby, because this is very delicate business, and in the East they have special people who would do that for you. Here we don't. So I believe if you fear you're going to hurt your baby, leave that sunnah and do something else. There is a lot of sunnah regarding the baby. Yes. When you travel long distance, do you pray Taraweeh? When we travel, we cut short the Fard prayer, Zuhr and Asr and Isha, from 4 rak'ah to 2 rak'ah. And this is a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives the traveler this license. So by extrapolation, praying Taraweeh, aslan, it is a sunnah, right? So in travel, you are not required to pray the regular sunnah, except for Fajr and Witr. The Prophet ﷺ never avoided or not prayed the sunnah of Fajr and the sunnah of Witr, whether he is traveling or he is at home. So these are the only two sunnahs that you keep up with when traveling. Okay, yes. Yeah, the question is how long is the distance for traveling? It is the same distance we decided yesterday. Huh? He can look it up online. Yes, sisters can send their questions in writing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, any other question? Yes. The fiqh of making wudu, how to properly make wudu and sujood. Or ruku' and sujood. For ruku', you put your hands on your knees and you keep your hands straight and your back straight. You keep your hands straight and your back straight. Your back should be straight, flat, horizontal. That's ruku'. You're asking about the position, right? And sujood is to put your hands, your forehead, your nose, your knees, and your toes on the floor. That's for men and women. Okay? Do not put your elbow on the floor. Some of us do. And you keep your underarm open, but do not push Al-Akh Abdurrahman Al-Amoudi because it's disturbing. Yes. So you keep your distance, but just keep it a little bit open. Also try to leave distance between your abdomen and your thigh. Some people hug themselves in sujood. Don't hug yourself. Stretch your body and make your sujood. But do not stretch it beyond the carpet limit, because your front neighbor will stand on your head. And that may become disturbing for some. Does this answer the question? Okay, yes. Does it affect your Ramadan or Siyam? If you look at a woman who's not covering her face, I take it, right? Or are you talking about women who are not dressed properly altogether? Okay. Does it affect your fasting? Well, it will affect it so long as you keep extending one look after the other. But if it is only one look, then it shouldn't affect your fasting. Jazakumullah khair. We have to go for the iqam, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.